Do you want to see what Disney's Star Wars peak looks like? It's this.
We are back, baby. We are back!
Ever since Andor Season 1, when I heard the name Tony Gilroy, I fell in love with that man. Okay, not like that. I didn't even know he was the mastermind behind films like The Bourne, but Andor is where he truly flexes as a storyteller. Rewatching Season 1 of Andor didn't just remind me of why I love Star Wars, it gave me a newfound appreciation for this world. Where most of the franchise focuses on Jedi and the Sith, here it honestly goes in a gray area where, yes, there's good guys and bad guys, but even the good guys kind of have a thin line of moral ground at times. It's a boots on the ground perspective where small actions have real consequences. That's what Season 1 got right. It literally had Andor killing 2 guards and how that one action carried all throughout the 12-episode season. I love that. Now in Season 2, Gilroy just starts right out of the gate with scale, epicness, but also keeping it intimate. The reasons why we fell in love with Andor. Details. Here we jump across a 4-year span with each 3-episode arc representing a different year. Talk about ambitious. It's kind of weird. You would want to have pacing like that? Wouldn't the whole 1-year jump cut kind of feel off and just not a good decision? One would think, but Tony Gilroy, he finds a way. It's a fascinating structure that keeps the storytelling tight and deliberate. We pick up with Andor a year after the events of Season 1, and it's a world full of hope, death, sadness, and most importantly, rebellion.
Oh, shut up.
Diego Luna remains a standout in this series, being magnetic, tough, vulnerable, and someone that you can easily root for while also feeling so many complex emotions around him. He's a man with a mission to take down the Empire, but also wanting to just kind of have the simpler things. And it's that balance of this character in Season 2 where he's really trying to figure out, where do I fit in this whole story of the rebellion? I'm kind of fine with just chilling with my girl Bix. Yes, they are official. Thank God I ship them. That is the complexity of being in a relationship with someone, and also the danger of being in a mission where you are literally on the enemy lines trying to take down one of the biggest organizations out there in the galaxy. It's a heavy toll, and Tony Gilroy does a phenomenal job on focusing on Diego Luna's Andor and making him feel human. Also, the beauty of his character is that he's far from perfect, making decisions that are sometimes questionable, but you do understand the reasons why he does react certain ways. He also has a way of finding trouble, or trouble finds him, whether he's caught between a group that can't even trust each other. I will say, the first arc that he's kind of stuck in, I didn't really like it. I found it to be a little redundant, and if I have to give negatives, it would probably just be that. Maybe something else too. But it's very minimal. This season is amazing. It's phenomenal. But I didn't really care for that first arc in episodes 1 through 3 or 1 through 2 with him. The world building in this season is absolutely crazy. 1960s, 50s aesthetic, almost feeling like, might be getting the accents wrong, but I swear they were speaking French. So you also have that blend of realism that we here on Earth know of, and then you mix that in with the science fiction nature of Star Wars, and you get a really unique way of putting us into a world that kind of does feel lived in. From gritty cities with infomercials on the loop to mossy rebel camps, everything feels tactile and real. Where The Mandalorian kind of struggled at times, with Season 1 it looked phenomenal, and then we started to get kind of used to it. They even used it in Marvel movies, the volume. It's a great tool, but it's about how you use it, and at this point, how many times. Andor, I don't believe they use it, or they don't use it as much, and it's because of how they utilize the CGI and practical effects, real sets, real locations, and that does add to the nature of the world building in Andor. And it was great in Season 1, it's even better in Season 2. Mon Mothma's story especially benefits from this. Her daughter's wedding sequence is regal yet emotionally hollow, with flower chandeliers that shine bright but also cast a shadow over the manipulation that is happening in Mon Mothma's arc. It's not just a visual to just say, hey, look, it's a representation of what these characters are going through. Phenomenal stuff. And to touch on the character of Mon Mothma, one of the incredible standouts. She's a phenomenal actress, the lady who portrays that character. There is no man in this galaxy that she can trust. Every person that has ever just come in contact with her, whether they have a smile on their face and say, hey, I'll never betray you, don't worry. Just give them a year. Incredible stuff that they've been doing with her, especially everything that they built up from season 1 and certain relationships that kind of turned out to have dire consequences in season 2. No spoilers for certain arcs, but wow. I feel so bad for her. The returning crew is also here. Bix, Brazo, Will, that little cute droid. They're now adapted to their new surroundings, but Bix is having nightmares. She's struggling with her today, as if you guys remember in season 1, she didn't really have a good time. Adria Arjona, my wife gives me permission to say this, she is beautiful. And I'm calling this right now. She will be the next Wonder Woman. She does an incredible job pulling in a performance that is just incredibly raw and emotionally damaging. She's also caught in a line of what can she do in this situation with Andor doing all these missions and with her feeling like she's kind of useless. She can't really do anything right now. She wants to find a way to take some kind of ownership in her own life. Gilroy never lets choices exist in a vacuum. Everything ripples. Stellan Skarsgård, the best Skarsgård, sorry Bill, continues to be a standout, a rebel mastermind willing to sacrifice anything and anyone for the cause. His monologue still slaps to this day. One of the best sequences in Disney Star Wars history. He's both terrifying and necessary, and the buildup and connection that he has with his partner is something that I don't think a lot of people are going to be prepared for. I literally got an email saying, do not reveal any certain arcs or other keywords. Don't worry, Disney, Mickey, I got your back. But look out for some really amazing moments with Luthen. We also have Deidre and Cyril. I'm gonna call him Cyril. Their dynamic continues to evolve in a strange, fascinating way. Cyril is trying to be a good company man on his new job on a new planet, but he can even see the cracks that are happening around this empire. His toxic mom is back trying to aim her passive-aggressive tension at Deidre, but here's the thing. She ain't gonna have that. Their relationship is just weirdly perfect. A man who lacks confidence and a woman who's never had a real relationship. Watching their arc is one of the best parts of this entire series, especially when it comes to Cyril for what he feels in this almost double agent arc that he has, kind of understanding the true intentions of what this empire is aiming to do, and specifically the environment that he feels like he has a say in. And now to talk about some familiar faces that we have not seen for quite some time. I'm talking about K2SO and Ben Mendelsohn's Krennic. Now don't get your hopes up. I just want to warn you right now. They are not in every episode. They're not in even every other episode. They are in a specific amount. It was enough to justify them being in the trailer. It's enough laugh out loud moments with K2SO, typical Alan Tudyk dialogue. Love it. It's quite hilarious. And Ben Mendelsohn is still that terrifying, imposing, but also weak force of evil that we've come to love when witnessing him do that in Rogue One, and he yet again brings a great performance here in Andor Season 2. Although saying that, just don't expect them to be in it a whole lot, or even half the show. This season leans even harder into spy thriller territory. If Season 1 had the best Mission Impossible meets political drama vibe, Season 2 dials up the espionage. Now, some might say this is still a little bit of a slow burn show. Just give it some time, because the tension is relentless, and when things reach a certain height, they go off the rails. There's a certain subplot here that involves a planet that I found to be completely devastating and a little too real. In a good way. Gilroy continues to blend real-world truths into this sci-fi space opera, asking us to think about misinformation, surveillance, and the cost of resistance. Now, I already mentioned this, but one of the aspects of the show that I didn't really quite love was where Andor was specifically at in the first 2 episodes. I found it to it was just redundant. He's stuck with these 2 groups that just can't get over what they're feeling and push away their pride, and Andor gets the consequences of just being stuck between these two groups of idiots. I like the finale, not gonna get into specifics, but I felt like it could have benefited with either a longer runtime, an extra 20 minutes to kind of close off certain arcs, or one more episode. This whole show, season 1 and 2 of Andor, has been building up to the real finale, and that's Rogue One. Other than that, guys, Andor is peak Disney Star Wars. I highly recommend it. It's one of the best shows of the year. It'll probably be in my top 3, and I'm going to give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this review. So, are you excited for Andor? Because I am, and you should be. Please let me know, what did you think about season 1, and are you looking forward to what will happen in season 2? Don't forget to like and subscribe, but most importantly, do not forget to be blessed.